Alrighty, alrighty. We are back. Very, very big game today. Probably the biggest game in our season. Welcome in. You guys are flying in already. Well done. Uh, I'm mad because I want to talk about the last game as well because the last game was absolutely like fucking insane, and I wasn't able to stream because of a stupid scheduling conflict that I for some reason thought that the fucking game was on Sunday. It was on Saturday, and I booked two things at once, and whatever. But amazing comeback at West Ham. Rosinia is 5 and 6. The lineup is very interesting for multiple reasons, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. We'll get into the bingo card as well. Um, yeah, just a massive game, and obviously it's away from home, which is always a tough ask. It's against an Arsenal side that are notoriously hard to score against, despite us scoring against them twice last time we faced them. I will say as well, they do have spoiler alert for their excuse me, spoiler alert for their lineup. They do have Kepa in goal, so like just shoot is the order of business. Just shoot, we'll score. Like, come on. We got about 9 minutes to go. I've got a very interesting prediction when it comes to this game, and we'll talk about that when we get in the bingo card. Let's talk about the lineups first. Let's talk about Arsenal specifically. Now, their media team is just so stupid, and they don't put out pictures for their lineup, so I will just have to list it off for you. I can't put it on the screen, unfortunately. But their lineup is as follows. It's their standard 4-3-3. They have Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. They've got Yuri and Timber as the right back, Saliba and Gabriel as the two centre backs. That's what they often start with. And then on the left hand side, they have Piero Hincapié, which is interesting. So they've actually got Timber on the right side this time. Rice and Zubamendi in the middle as always. But the 10 is not actually Erdegaard. It's man. Trying to talk fast is so hard. It's Eza who's on that. I imagine he's going to be playing on the right side. Maybe he plays on the left and cuts inside onto his right foot. I'm not sure. So Rice might be on the right side of the three. The front three is also quite weakened when it comes to their forward line. There's no Bukayo Saka today. It's Madueke in for him. Obviously, he's finally scored after a half season. Martinelli's on the opposite side, and then Gyökeres is up top. In terms of their bench, they have Jesus on the bench, who can cause issues. Havertz is on the bench. Trossard's on the bench, and apart from that, I'm not really fussed. What is Kepa good at? You know what's the thing about Kepa? He's very, very good at two things, in my opinion. One, playing the ball out from the back. He's a very good, competent passer. And the second is making really easy saves look very difficult. Um, and I think Raya's another case of that. They're both very short, but yeah, just shoot. For the Chelsea lineup, however, we can actually show this. The Chelsea lineup is as follows. This I'm gonna read out the list of names, and you guys are gonna be like, that's weird. Sanchez in there. We have Gusto as the right back. Fofana, Chalobah as centre backs. Hato as well is in there. Cucurella, Caicedo, Andre Santos, Enzo, who is captaining the side today, Delap, and Joao Pedro. Now, when I list off that, you'll notice the absence of a very certain type of player. There is no wingers in the 11. We are not playing with a single winger. We have three wingers on the bench in Garnacho, Esteval, and Palmer. Obviously, Esteval, I'm completely shocked that he's even in the squad, considering he's just flown back from Brazil. He must be absolutely jet-lagged. He must be emotionally drained, considering what's going on. So, bit of a weird one there. That suggests to me that this lineup is a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2, because this is going to be Gusto and Cucurella bombing it down the left and right-hand side. Three centre-backs, Fofana, Chalobah, Hato, Caicedo, and Andre Santos, and Enzo as the three in the middle. They'll probably play with Caicedo and Andre a little bit deeper and Enzo a little bit further forward, and then two strikers in Delap and Joao Pedro. Now, one thing I will say is that when we moved into a two-striker formation at the end of the West Ham game, which again, unfortunately I couldn't get to react with you guys in person, we were so much better. We were so much better. The weird things about this lineup, though, is that there's no Reece James. He's supposedly being rested, is what they're saying, which is bizarre considering he barely played 15 minutes in the last match, so that's weird. What's Steve's personal issue? They haven't actually officially announced it, but usually when this type of thing happens, it's likely either a death in the family or someone is ill. The rumors that I've seen going around, and of course these aren't confirmed, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna confirm or deny. A rumor is that his grandmother is ill, which if she is, and I'm very, very surprised that he has come back as quickly as he has. So hopefully that is a good thing, and she's not actually as ill as first kind of first impressions. So hopefully that's not bad. The interesting thing again about the bench is we have some youth contingents here. Obviously, Shimaweka did not play in the youth game earlier, so he's on the bench. But the interesting one is Charlie Holland, 16-year-old Charlie Holland is on the bench. Obviously a very talented midfield player, and considering we are playing 3 midfielders, he is our only midfielder on the bench other than Palmer, I guess you could say. So he might actually get off the bench if there's an injury to a midfielder or something like that. So that's kind of interesting. Josh Ashenpong also on the bench. Teddy Sharman-Low is the goalkeeper on the bench as well. Yeah, we've got about 4 minutes until kickoff, so let me quickly run through the bingo card. Let me get rid of this. Oh, silly me. Guess what I've forgotten to do again, every single time. This is our game today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
It's match day. One of these days I'll remember to do it. One of these days, but not today. And boom, we'll get this up as well. Now, obviously, this is an aggregate tie, but I haven't got the aggregate scoreline up. I'm just going to do the score for the day. The bingo card is as follows. There's pretty much most things are the kind of the same as we normally have, but I'll go through the ones that are, different. So we've got a Palmer app. We have a correct prediction. I've gone for 2-0 Chelsea after extra time. I think we're going to score the first goal. It's going to be very, very cagey. We'll score a goal on the counter-attack, and we'll tie up the scoreline. We'll go to extra time, and we'll snatch a late winner. We have a set-piece goal. We have a Joao Pedro Golazo. We have bottled it. That's just if we win. We have... is there anything else here? Enzo goal/assist. We have British goal scorer. We've got me being pissed at Neto. He's not actually here, so I don't know why this is on here. I forgot to take this off. So this we'll just take that as another free space if we get around to it. We have a long VAR call. We have Caicedo, who I'm predicting to be the player of the match. He really needs to have a good game today, I think, Caicedo, for us to kind of push on here. We've got Arteta being annoying outside his box. We have obviously Rosenior ball in full flow, Cobham grab involvement, and a fullback goal/assist. Whew. It's a bloody exciting game today, isn't it? Let me get up my thing. The players are lining up together. It does look a very cold, foggy night in London. Am I missing anything? No, I think I've done. Yeah, okay, so they are coming out with the lineups now. Why it is so foggy in the stadium? But yeah, I'm hoping for a few things here. If we're playing this 3-5-2, we need to get down the line on the wings, swing the ball in for 2 strikers, get Enzo and Andre Santos potentially box crushing, trying to get goals that way, being defensively solid with our 3 centre backs, and also just shooting on sight if Kepa is in goal. That's kind of what I'm going for. But yeah, I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, because this is this is one of those games that really, really kind of can define our season. If we don't win this now, then we might capitulate and kind of fall apart. Unless there's been allowed time off compassionate grounds. I almost forgot who was typing in chat, and I thought it was serious until I read that last bit. Are you on Sky on ITV? I am watching this on Sky. We have Peter Drury as the main commentator. I'm not sure who's the co-commentator. But yeah, 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2 for Chelsea. Liam Delap, man, if he wants to bang in a goal here, it could be massive for him. Yeah, like we've got to bank on like us getting this kind of tie over quickly, I think, because as the game progresses, they've got more impact off the bench than we do. Yeah, the thing is with Palmer, because he's been having the injury doubts and stuff, and he's only just come back into full fitness, I really feel like he's kind of being rested, and plus he's like, I think what we kind of have to do here is have a balance between having all of our good players on the pitch at the same time. Like if you put everyone in the starting 11 and we don't get a goal, then, like, who are we going to bring on to impact the game afterwards? I would kind of rather have Palmer coming onto the pitch after their players are tired and he can kind of create stuff. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be this is either, for me, I think this is going to be either an absolute bust and it just doesn't work and it's a complete and utter calamity, or an absolute stroke of genius from Liam Rosenior to set us up in a formation that really stifles what they can do. I think a part of this is also because we know, and we knew from the game that we just played against them, set pieces are obviously the way that they score goals. If we stop them from scoring set pieces, we pretty much shut them out. It's just about us actually getting goals ourselves in that regard. I'm not going to forget the timer. I almost did. The players are doing a huddle in the middle. Who's our referee? I think he's a bald guy. Is he a bald guy? I didn't see in the intro. But here we go. Big game. Live from the Emirates Stadium. Oh, I am nervous. And it will be Arsenal kicking off from left to right, so we don't start with possession unless they boot it long. It'll be Zubamendi taking the kick, and there we go. Long ball from Kepa Arrizabalaga to start us off. Aimed for Gyökeres, but Hato is the one who gets there ahead of him. Are you wearing a Chelsea top? I'm not, because normally when I do wear our Chelsea tops, we don't perform well, so I'm deliberately not wearing one. Is Timber. Oh, interesting. They are also kind of playing a little bit like a back three at the moment. Timber's kind of moving into midfield, so that's interesting how we've kind of matched up there. Here's Gabriel. Hincapié is forced back to Gabriel again. Here's Kepa. High press from Chelsea. João Pedro's almost nicked it off of Kepa here. Arsenal will play it out from the back here, though. Here's Timber. Zubamendi tackled by Santos for a throw. Maybe Enzo. This is a bit interesting. Enzo might be playing as a left winger at the moment. I don't think that's permanent. That's probably just for pressing reasons, I would imagine, considering they've got the ball. But he is playing up very, very high up. Here's Saliba out to Timber on the right side. Plays it up to Madueke, who goes back. Here's Rice. Ball up to Martinelli. Rice again. It's Timber again. So far, we are getting pushed back into our own half, which is not great signs, but the back line is quite high. Here's Eze. He's forced back. Here's Saliba again. Out to Timber. High press from Cucurella will force him back. It'll be interesting to see if Cucurella gets involved with anything, considering what happened with Adama Traore at the weekend. Is Kepa Arrizabalaga looking for a long ball. Aimed over the top of Hato, and it's just going to go straight to Sanchez. That was a terrible pass. Obviously, another thing which I didn't mention with the lineup, obviously we've recalled Mamadou Sarr. He's not in the bench, but he was eligible to play. Long ball from the back, aimed at Liam Delap, will not reach him. Will be a throw for Hincapié to take. Gabriel will smash it high and long. Malagusto underneath it. Martinelli will hit it off for a Chelsea throw. And the ball will be forced all the way back to Sanchez. A little bit of a hospital pass there, but Sanchez will deal with it. We can't be inviting those nervous moments, man, because that's what's going to be our undoing. If we start making mistakes like that, we've given the ball back to them immediately. Here's Zubimendi. It seems very much like Chelsea are playing to go on the counter. Loose pass, though, and here's Chelsea with the chance to break. Timber's fouled Cucurella off the ball here. The referee's allowed us to play advantage. Here's Joao Pedro. Cuts inside. Ball's going to break to Enzo again. Now Chelsea have a bit of a spell of possession and Arsenal will fall into their shape. Here's Chalobah. Fofana. It's interesting, like Liam Delap is playing almost like a right winger. He's so high on the right-hand side. Really bizarre. Here's Chalobah, who is playing as the central centre-back. So Wes on the right, Hato on the left. Trevor's looking for a direct pass here. He's going to go out wide right to Liam Delap. It's going to be headed away. Here's Martinelli. Chance for him to try and run through the middle. He's being tracked all the way by Caicedo, though. Got to be careful here, Moy, not to put in any silly challenges. Do you know how the officiating is in these games? Well, I do think I'm not sure if he strictly played as a winger, but he definitely played like as more of a channel striker, I would say. Obviously, we've kind of employed him more as a direct kind of centre forward, where he's never really been that. He's always been a channel runner. It's where he was playing for Ipswich. Here's Zubimendi. I will say, out of possession, we're doing well so far to stop them from really creating anything. Here's the ball forward, though. Here's Martinelli. Up against Wes Fofana. He's going to swing the ball in, and it's cleared by Chalobah. And it should hopefully break for Enzo. Never mind. Here's Timber. He's overran it, and Hato will get it away. Here's Enzo. Trevor Chalobah. Back to Sanchez. Oh my god, Chalobah, what are you doing, bruv? Long ball up to Delap, who heads it across for Malo Gusto to try and get on the end of, and he'll leave it for a throw. And oh, the referee is coming to talk to Jurrien Timber for the foul on Caicedo, on Cucurella earlier. He's given him a final warning by the looks of things. No yellow card there. Yeah, he's just completely blocked him off and then just jumped. That should be a yellow. I have no idea how that's not a yellow. We know how these games go, though. Here's Sanchez at the back. Ball into the right channel for Liam Delap again. Hincapi will knock it away for a Chelsea throw. Here's Joao Pedro. Oh, tries to play it across the box, but it's going to break here for Liam Delap. Oh, snap shot on his left foot that almost had the goalkeeper worried for a second there. And I tell you, that's what we need to do. Just we've got the wide wing backs, you know. Just got to put the ball in the box. Mistakes can happen when the ball goes in the box. We often don't just swing crosses in. I feel like that has got to be our prerogative for today. Yeah, I can't remember his name. I recognise his face. I can't remember his name. But yeah, he's not been the greatest for us. Let's say that. Here's Eza, who's dropped deep. Impressed by Caicedo. Now Gabriel. No way forward so far. He's going to try and play the ball out. So they're trying to hit Martinelli with long passes. That's kind of what they're trying to do at the moment. But we're kind of marking his runs too well. Here's Gabriel once again. Plays it forward. This time into Eza. Gets it to Zubimendi. Now here's Martinelli running up the left-hand side. Hincapi on the ball. And the play slows down. It is very much a case of if we win the ball in midfield, we're going to try and spring breaks. I will say, we're running our back line really, really high up the pitch to stop them from playing balls in behind. Caicedo will force Martinelli to kick the ball off the pitch for a Chelsea throw. Yeah, we're kind of out haramballing the haramballers at the moment. Here's Joao Pedro. Gusto with a lovely flick to Caicedo. He gets it into the centre for Enzo Fernandez. Out wide for Cucurella. He's going to play it back to Hato. It's Santos. And Chelsea just trying to get a bit of control here. Here's Fofana. Into Caicedo. He's looking for that forward pass again. It's very much like Caicedo and Santos are the two. Enzo's playing really high up here. But he's not playing like a central 10. He's almost playing like a left 10, which is really bizarre. I said, Liam Delap is playing as a right winger. Ball's going to go up to João Pedro. Good hold-up play from the Brazilian. He's being manhandled by the defender referee. He'll break to Enzo. Great touch from João Pedro to get away from his man. He's in so much confidence at the moment. He's going to try and get a space for a shot. He's going to drive into the box. Gets it to Cucurella. Whips it across. It's blocked. He'll get it back again. He's clattered by one of their defenders. And again, the referee says nothing. I think it was Madueke who actually put him to the floor there. No idea why the ref hasn't given that. Neither can Gary Neville on commentary. But we still got the ball. Fofana out to Gusto. And back. Here's Sanchez. Long ball to João Pedro again. Great hold-up play from him again. He's absolutely bossing Saliba at the moment. He gets the ball around the corner, but the referee's pulled it back for a foul. This is perfect. This is what we need to see from João Pedro all game. It's just holding up the ball like that, getting us away from certain situations. So he's been in fine form. I hope that continues. I posted on Twitter, I said it's like the perfect time for him to come into form where we really need our strikers to start banging in goals in these big games. Here's Hato. Gets the ball back to Sanchez. Press from Gyökeres has seen the ball lined to Liam Delap. And Gabriel was fouled by the Englishman, so that's going to be a free kick. Here's Urian Timber. Peter Banks, that's the Badger. Madueke tackled by Enzo Fernandez, who, you know, he will battle every single ex-Chelsea player, you know that. Here's Santos. Gives it to Malo Gusto, who's inverted here. Good positional play there from the Frenchman. Chelsea reject rings out of the stadium as Madueke gets his arse off of the floor. Here's Santos. Into Enzo. Hato. Back to Santos. Good, quick, one-touch passing from Chelsea here to stop them from getting the ball. Oh, it's a great little flick from Malo Gusto to try and get João Pedro through on goal, but it's been cleared by Kepa. Good work from Trevor again to get the ball on the long balls. Here's Malo Gusto in the middle. He's going to seek out Liam Delap on the right wing. He's going to burst past Hincapi, but he's done well to get back at him. And I can't believe they've given that as a foul, but all right. Is there extra time for N3-3? Yes, there is. And there's no like away goals malarkey. It's straight score line. So if we score one, it will go to extra time. If it's 1-0 at the 90. And there is VAR, so if there's any argy-bargy like there was on the West Ham game, we can hopefully get another player sent off. I said on Twitter, I was doing a little bit of commentary on Twitter for that game. I was watching it whilst I was busy, and yeah, I was very shocked that there was not at least 2 other players sent off in that whole kerfuffle. It's Gabriel. We'll say, with 13 minutes played so far, Chelsea look the better of the two sides, despite forfeiting a little bit more of possession. Ball into Timber is forced back. Gabriel to Rice, his Hincapié. He's going to play it back to Kepa. Being pressed by Enzo, he's got to be careful here. Oh, he's lucky he was bailed out by Rice there. Here's Saliba. Rice again. So Arsenal find it really difficult to play that forward ball. They can't get past our two lines at the moment. Here's Kepa. Will be a long ball from Kepa this time, seeking out Martinelli once again. Whereas Fofana is up against him. Good little touch from Eza to get it to Martinelli again, but Caicedo would step in front of him and be fouled by the Brazilian. Chelsea free kick. So it needs to be a big game from Caicedo today. I'll say his form has slightly dropped in recent times, so hopefully that is not the case here. A little bit of an argument between Fofana and Sanchez to see who's going to take this free kick here. Sanchez has one out in the end. Long ball, seeking out Joao Pedro. Goes all the way over the top, straight to Kepa. And now I think Wes Fofana will have a little bit of a word with his goalkeeper for taking that quickly. Here's Rice. Ball up to Martinelli. His first touch is horrific, but he's worked out for him. He's going to cut inside. Plays the ball in behind for Hincapié. Ball back to Rice. All the way back to Saliba now. Here's Timber. Up to Madueke. Trying to take on Cucurella. Hard thing to do, and he's unable to do it, but he has won a corner. And now, and Arsenal fans have woken up. They've actually decided to, cheer in their own stadium now. They've got a corner. It's a bloody miracle. Oh, interesting. Chelsea have just sent the 3 players out of the box. We've done the Enzo Maresca leaving 3 forward here. So if we win, so now they have to take more players out of the box, and also it should hopefully help Sanchez claim these. Joao Pedro and Saliba battling away. Ball into, I think it was Hincapié in the end. So we've if they give this, they're looking at a fucking handball right here from Fofana. If they give this as a handball, I swear to God, it's an absolute joke. We're doing it again with the three players. Ball goes in. Cleared at the front post by Trevor Chalobah, and once again. And Eze will get on the end of it. He tries to cut it back. Here's Hincapié, who's taken a strike, and it's saved by Sanchez, and then it's bounced off of Gabriel for a corner, or for a goal kick, rather. Great save from Sanchez. You know what? That's a Sanchez worldie already. That's a brilliant save. Yeah, I will say, is it doing a little bit of a dive for the cameras there. I don't think it needed to be as dramatic as that. Chelsea trying to play it out from the back now. Is Gyökeres with his first touch of the game. Tackle from Harto. I don't think he's actually touched the man there, but let's see. be a deep free kick for Arsenal, taken by Declan Rice eventually. Ball's going to be cleared by Chalobah. Cucurella can't get his first touch right, and the ball will come back at us. Here's Rice again. Under pressure from Santos, who will play it out to Madueke. And now all the way back to the centre-backs. Chelsea can kind of move into their shape again now. It's Gabriel. Now Zubimendi. Saliba. Just about to cross into the 21st minute. It's Kepa. Declan Rice. He's looking for a passing option, but of course he doesn't really know how to pass forward, so he's not got one. He passes it back to his goalkeeper instead. It's going to be a long ball from the Spaniard. In behind for Martinelli. He will get on the end of this. He'll cut it back, but it's going to not break for anyone other than Cucurella, who's gotten on the end of the ball. He's going to play it out for Caicedo. Up to Liam Delap. It's Joao Pedro. Delap has been fouled here by the referee has awarded it, finally. I'm not sure what's happening here. There's been a break in play for something. I'm not sure what. Oh, yeah. Cucurella being fouled by Zubimendi in the midfield and probably not getting punished for it, let me guess. It's the third time he's been thrown to the floor with no repercussions, of course. Here's Harto. Back to Chalobah. He's going to clear it under pressure. Malagusto tries to stop him from getting it. Chalobah will clear it again. Here's Malagusto. Arsenal putting on the pressure here, but Chelsea committed to playing out from the back. Here's Sanchez. To Chalobah. He lines it into the centre. Joao Pedro battling away to get it, and he is being manhandled by Saliba, and the referee has given a free kick. So, again, bro, our players are being absolutely manhandled the whole entire game, and the referee is not giving out cards. It's actually jarring. That's a shirt pull to stop a counter-attack, and that's not given as yellow. Here comes Chelsea, though, with Caicedo. Into Enzo. Whipped out wide for Cucurella. He can get on the end of it. Of course, he's being booed for no reason, as always. Here's Enzo again. Harto. To Chalobah. Fofana. Out wide to Liam Delap. And back again. Passing needs to be a little bit snappier than this, Chelsea. Being very, very slow. Here's Caicedo. Chalobah to Wes. He'll try and launch it long for Delap, but it's blocked, and it will be a Chelsea throw. Here's Sanchez in the back line now. This ref's hairline is counter-attacking his forehead. It's like a counter press. Long ball from Trevor Chalobah seeking out Joao Pedro. Saliba will win that. And Gabriel will clear. But will come straight back at Arsenal. Here's Sanchez. Gets it into the midfield for Caicedo, but he gets it back. No, Yoral Hato. Chalabar, who has been tasked, I will say. Chalabar's been the one who's trying to force the ball forward. Long ball from Sanchez, seeking out Liam Delap on the right-hand side. It's not going to reach him. But it's not dealt with perfectly by Arsenal. They've kicked it back to Kepa. High press from Enzo will force him to go to Gabriel, who almost gives it to Liam Delap. Again, they're taking risks here, Arsenal. Hincapié through the middle. Zubimendi, he can't make the most of that opportunity to spray it out wide, and he just goes back. Here's Eza. Back to Gabriel. Timber around the corner for Madueke. Being forced back by Yoral Hato. He's got to be careful here. He sends it back to Kepa. Here's Rice. Terrible pass from him. Gives it straight to Andre Santos. Here's Liam Delap. Again, I tell you, Rice can't pass forward, man. Here's Caicedo. Chance for him to get the ball out wide right here, and he does. Loft it over to Malo Gusto, who's standing out there. His first touch is backwards, though, and that's going to force him all the way back. Here's Chalabar. Caicedo to Santos. And again, and he gets it through the lines this time. Enzo. Good quick passing from Chelsea in the midfield here. If we can get it forward, that would be nice, though. Here's Gusto out wide to Liam Delap. He's going to take on Hincapié and smash the ball across, and it's going to deflect off of Declan Rice for a corner. Chance for Chelsea to get a smash and grab Arsenal-style goal here. It's Enzo who's taking this, which is interesting, from the opposite side to what he normally does, so it's going to be an outswinger. Can we get the flick on at the near post? Or maybe even more. Signal goes up, it's two hands. And it's played into the front post. Oh, Wesley Fofana was underneath it, but he can't get it. It's going to come out back out to Enzo Fernandez. Swung it back in. So, it's a terrible attempt from Trevor. I have no idea what he's trying there. He's just randomly tried to half volley it on his weak foot from no reason when we had the box loaded with bodies. Such a terrible decision. And now Arsenal are breaking up the pitch. Chelsea have got bodies back quickly, though, and they've been forced to go back. Noni Madueke has lost the ball here to Cucurella. What the referee? You're an absolute idiot, bruv. That's so stupid. He's kicked the ball away. Madueke has dived to the floor. The referee's played advantage and then just pulled it back for no reason afterwards. Ridiculous. Will be a free kick to Arsenal eventually. Here's Gabriel. All that bullshit's over. Ball into Eza. He's tackled by Delap, and Gabriel got away with one there. Here's Saliba. Back to the Brazilian. High press from Delap will force him to play it into Eza. Long ball from Hincapié will not reach anyone other than Malo Gusto. Here's Santos. He'll get it to Caicedo. Here's Chalabar. He's going to burst away from Gyökeres and get it to Hato. Now Santos. Caicedo back to Chalabar. It's good movement from Chelsea, I will say. They're all covering for each other pretty well in terms of being able to pass out from the back. A big chant of "Is this a library?" comes from the Chelsea fans. As Chalabar will drive up the pitch. He's going to get to Hato. Santos. Up to Enzo. He's been thrown off the ball there by Zubimendi, but Santos will win this back off of Declan Rice. And it will be a free kick. Are we going to start seeing some cards for this ref? Because they are just absolutely battering us. Just kicking the shit out of all our players and getting away with it. It's Santos. Wesley Fofana. Good ball into Joao Pedro. Good touch, and he gets it to Malagusto. Back to Wes Fofana. He's going to nutmeg Martinelli and get away with one there as well, and Gusto will win it back. Gusto's then been thrown to the floor, and it will be a free kick. It's Joao Pedro on the right-hand side. Plays it into Delap. Malagusto is ahead of him. He's going to swing the ball in. It's going to fall. It's going to be cleared here. And then Martinelli has won a free kick. I don't think that's a foul, man. Ugh. It's Gabriel. Zubimendi. Back to Gabriel. Plays it around the corner for Hincapié. Rice to Hincapié again. Here's Rice. Ball forward up to Gyökeres, I believe that is. And now it's gone back. Here's Gabriel again. Rice again. Malagusto is going to snap away at the heels of Zubimendi and force them back. Here's Eze. Out wide to Saliba. Here's Timber. Timber across to Madueke. He's going to try and take on Cucurella once again. But he can't get past him. Santos will clear it to Joao Pedro. He's been fouled there. The referee has, eventually given it. God. He has literally been followed around the entire game by Saliba, just being fouled over and over and over again. And the referee has still not carded him. I don't get it. They are showing players on the bench whilst the game is going on. Love that. Here's Joao Pedro once again. Gets it around the corner for Cucurella. But eventually the ball will break for Saliba. Here's Rice. Long ball from Rice in behind, seeking out Madueke. He's forced backwards by Cucurella. Here's Saliba. Ball forward for Rice. He's tackled by Andre Santos. Will be a throw. Here's Saliba once again. Back to Gabriel. Long ball from Gabriel in behind Malagusto for Martinelli. And Gusto's done really, really well to get back at him. Very, very good defending. So that's literally their only chance of scoring is just launching the ball long for Martinelli. But yeah, it's great defending from the Frenchman to get back at him. Chelsea can go forward now. Ball from Caicedo is intercepted by Gabriel. It's Gyökeres with his first chance to get on the ball. He's immediately tackled by Santos, and Hincapi is judged to be offside eventually. He's just kicked the ball away there, and the referee is not giving him a yellow. Bro, this guy is actually jarring. Will be a free kick eventually, taken by Sanchez. Long ball from him. Up for Joao Pedro. And him and Delap kind of got into a bit of a mess with each other and neither of them kind of got the ball. It's Gabriel. Out wide to Saliba. Zubamendi. It's Saliba, Timber rather. He's forced all the way back. Saliba again. Gives the ball away to Andre Santos. Here's Joao Pedro. He's going to launch it up for Delap, but he can't get on the end of it. The pass was not with enough venom. But Chelsea will get the ball back here with Hato. Plays it through the lines for Chalobah. Here's Santos. Up to Enzo. Good chance for Chelsea to break here now. On the left-hand side. Liam Rossinho is screaming for our players to get up the pitch. There's a cross-field ball to Liam Delap. Great ball. Is Caicedo, rather. Santos. Into Enzo. To Hato. Out wide for Cucurella. Back to Hato. Fofana across to Malagusto. Forced back to Wes. Here's Sanchez. Long ball from Sanchez is seeking out Cucurella on the left-hand side up against Timber. Zubamendi can get it away, but only as far as Malagusto. Here's Liam Delap. He's not judged to be fouled by Hincapi there, and the ball will go in behind, but Wes Fofana will get that pretty comfortably. Here's Caicedo. They've got our numbers forward here. Chelsea can break if we get up the pitch quickly. Oh man, Caicedo hasn't seen Delap on the right side there. He really needs to. Here's Enzo. Bruh. It's Chalobah into Gusto. Out wide for Enzo. Cuts inside and gets the ball full through the lines here for Uriel Hato, who's now playing in an inverted position. Cucurella up to Joao Pedro. Enzo. Back to Joao Pedro. He needs to run forward here, Joao. Caicedo to Fofana. Out wide for Delap. Little 1-2 with Malagusto's a good one. He's going to launch the ball, but it's blocked and out for a throw. Go on, get Delap on the throw-ins. Launch the ball in. Ball will be thrown quickly back into Wes Fofana. Here's Caicedo. Santos back to Sanchez. Here's Chalobah again. Caicedo to Santos. Through the lines for Delap. Thrown off the ball, and the referee says nothing again. Bruv, this guy is pissing me off. They're just allowed to manhandle all our players. Martinelli has tried to run past Caicedo, but that's easier said than done. Here is the Ecuadorian. Chance for him to get the ball forward. Chelsea fans in the stadium urging him forward. Here's Malagusto running up the pitch. The referees had to stop the game for a second ball that was thrown on by the Arsenal fans, of course. And that any one of their players could have easily kicked away, but they decided to throw it back on the pitch. Okay, drop ball. Here's Chalobah. Hato to Enzo. He gets on the turn and can run up the pitch. Here's Cucurella. Hato again. Arsenal pressing quite quickly here, though can be passed around if we get this right. Here's Hato. Oh, there was a pass in for Santos he didn't see. It's Chalobah again. Sanchez. Dinked ball up for Delap will be smashed clear. But headed back towards João Pedro by Wesley Fofana. Good hold-up play from the Brazilian, who's being manhandled once again by Saliba, but the referee plays advantage. Here's Delap. João Pedro again. Gusto to Fofana. Hato out wide for Enzo Fernandez. Tries to play the ball forward for Cucurella, and he'll win a corner off of Saliba. Only 5 minutes left to play in this half. If we can get a goal from this corner, then Chelsea are right back in the game. In the tie, should I say. Enzo Fernandez with the in-swinger this time. It's from the opposite side. He's just given a sly signal to someone there. I'm not sure who is talking to. Signal goes up, and the ball will come in. It's punched away by Kepa, not convincingly though. Andre Santos will keep it alive, and then Madueke will smash it clear for a throw for Chelsea. Caicedo. Fofana back to Caicedo. Here's Chalobah. Santos. Out to Hato. He's going to get it up to Enzo. Plays it off of Timber for João Pedro, who can't go for the ball because he's offside. He leaves it and Kepa will pick it up. It's Rice. Out wide to Hincapié. Back to Rice. Here's Gabriel. Ball into Timber in the midfield. Being tracked all the way by Caicedo and is forced back to Kepa. Good tackle from Caicedo in the middle. Will get the ball to Hato. Lovely pass from here into Cucurella. Here's Enzo. Space for him to whip a shot. And he does shoot. And it's a good save from Kepa. But it's going to fall for Malo Gusto. He can't get his touch right. And Eze will try and get away. But he tackles him again. Here's Rice. Under pressure from Santos. Delap can't get past the Brazilian. Here's Caicedo. Gusto. Lovely little feet to get away from Eze. Plays the ball into Enzo, who was offside. So Chelsea have been the better team by a country mile. We're just not getting the results. It's a good effort from Enzo. It's a bit too central. If that's in any corner, Kepa's not saving it. But it's straight down the middle. So like that is a save that a normal keeper just grabs, but he has punched that out because he is such a terrible keeper. Like genuinely, we just need to start shooting at him more. He's eventually going to parry something to one of our players. Here's Eze into Saliba. João Pedro's won it off of Timber and he's away and the referee's called for a fucking nothing foul, man. Fuck off. He kicks the ball away, bruv. This fucking guy just doesn't want to see the game flow. He's literally just blowing up at every opportunity. For literally no reason. Actually jarring, bruv. It's a fucking London Derby Cup tie in a semi-final, and the referee is just fucking playing like it's a shit game. There was a free kick aimed at Eza, and he couldn't get enough contact on it, and Sanchez will get the ball away. Here's Santos. Up to João Pedro. Good hold-up play from the Brazilian once again. Bro, he's been phenomenal today. Gabriel's been dragged all the way up the pitch, and Enzo and Caicedo can try and get it away. Caicedo has accidentally knocked the ball into the referee, and there's going to be a drop ball here, but I'm not sure who to. I think Chelsea. Yeah, to Chelsea. Here's Santos. Harto up to Chalobah. Here's Sanchez. Into Caicedo. Back to Sanchez. 1 minute of added time. So it's been a bit dry, this game, honestly, but we kind of expected that. It's going to be a cagey game. Long ball from Sanchez. Up to João Pedro. Good hold-up play once again. Here's Delap. Gets away from Eza. Enzo. Needs an option. Doesn't have one. Here's Santos. Caicedo, who is now on the left-hand side, which is interesting. A little bit of a switch between him and Enzo. Here is Enzo now on the ball. Caicedo around the corner to Santos. Around the corner for João Pedro. He's going to run up the pitch. He's got Cucurella outside him, but he wants to run into the box here, João Pedro, and he does. Now he gets it to Cucurella. Here's Harto. Caicedo. Through into... Oh, Cucurella, he couldn't get the touch right. He was through on goal there. And then the referee has blown the whistle. In a game that Chelsea have been much the better side, it has to be said. I think if we bring on a little bit more of an attacking impotence here, we're going to clearly get a goal, because they have literally they've not been able to get the ball into their striker at all. Like, Gyökeres has had one touch all half, I think. He's been so bad. So I think this is pretty much the game plan from Chelsea, though. We wanted to get through this half without conceding, and then later on we can, you know, we always have better second halves. Like, we've seen that under Liam Rosenior, so hopefully we can have another one of those and get back into the game. I'm going to take a quick break as I get myself a cuppa and maybe a snack or two. Yeah, I know, right? Literally, as soon as they cleared the ball, it instantly blew it, even though we were clearly on the attack. Guy's a dickhead. Is there anything that I can tick off at the moment? Stop showing replays. We can. Nothing else so far, but there we are. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna switch to the Be Right Back screen real quick. Let me do that. Whoa, man. Alrighty. Boom. We are back. Yeah, so pretty standard game, honestly, so far. It's been, again, very cagey from both teams, not wanting to lose, but Chelsea have been the slight better of the two sides, I would say. I don't think that's far-fetched to say. Yeah, I think if we get someone that can get closer to Joao Pedro, like a Palmer on the right-hand side, and maybe get some pace down the wing, then we could probably create something a bit better now. I think that's spot on. I think this is very much a case of go into the first half with the idea of not losing the half rather than winning the half, and if we could snatch a goal, then snatch a goal. But apart from that, we just don't want to concede another one because, again, we've always just had very poor first halves and we always grow into games. So I feel like we'll probably have a better second half. We'll have to see how Arsenal adjust because, again, they do have better kind of depth on the bench than we do. But there we are. Yeah. I think, again, like you said, I think that's probably what's going to happen here. Is that in the second half, Arsenal are very much going to fall into their shape and kind of invite us to try and get the goal, as they realise, like, oh well, we don't need to score, and that's just going to invite loads of pressure on them. And again, hopefully that helps us create something in the end. So it might take a bit of magic from a player off the bench. We'll have to wait and see. So we need one of those big motivational speeches from Liam Rosenior at halftime. I don't think we need to do much different. We just need to kind of, get the ball in the box a little bit more. I think Delap has been having a bit of a tough time, and I'd probably take him off if I was being honest. Yeah. The ref has not been particularly great, as he often is against us, let's be honest. Hopefully we can get back into the second half in a second. Is the other half of the semi-final on today? No, it's tomorrow. City and Newcastle play tomorrow. So if we do go through today, we get to see who we'll face in that. (2014) Germany or 2018 France? Oh god. See, I would say in terms of overall quality, I think that the 2018 France side has a lot more, but I feel like Germany just had that clutch gene in them in that 2014 run, and especially in the World Cup and that run that they went on. You think of like Kroos getting that last minute free kick goal to send them through, things like that. I just feel like that's kind of. I always want to back a German team. I don't know why. I just feel like that, like a Germany sides are always, they always say it's the stereotypical kind of efficient German teams, but that one really was. It depends if Miroslav Klose is playing. If Miroslav Klose is playing, then yes. I love that bloke. We miss Klose. It doesn't look like any changes are being made as the Chelsea players walk out of the tunnel now. Oh, I need to do this. Yeah, that's worked. It's a big one for... Let's see if there's... Is there any Arsenal changes? It doesn't look like it either. That we got to stop. We got to start pushing for a goal now. Right. Yes, I will do that in a second. I don't know if I had it on here. I do. Okay. There's 2 huddles from the 2 teams. Chelsea obviously will be kicking off at the start of this second half, which is a good thing for us. Hopefully we can start the half quickly and snatch a goal. Here we go. Second half, and Sanchez will start it with a long ball. Headed away and kicked up the pitch, but headed forward by Wesley Fofana. Enzo will get onto it. Here's Cucurella to Joao Pedro. Lovely shift of his feet, and he's going to take a strike. It's going to deflect off him, and Kepa can't keep it in. Fucking loser. And it will be a Chelsea corner immediately after 20 seconds. Great work from Joao Pedro again. This could be a fantastic start to the half if we're to get the goal immediately here. Enzo Fernandez over the corner. Swung in. It's flapped out by Kepa. And oh my god, it's almost an own goal. I think. Or it might have been Delap who took the strike on. There was one of our players was fouled in the box there. There will be a VAR check here. Saliba, 2 hands over Joao Pedro, grabbing his shirt. That's got to be a pen. That's a pen. That is a clear pen. And the referees aren't going to give it. I bet you. It's a clear pen. Of course, they said checked and cleared. Fucking bullshit. Ref screw Chelsea. The fact that they're allowed to do that shit is fucking criminal. They do it at every fucking corner, these absolute twats. They do it every single corner. It's a clear fucking penalty, and any other team on the planet does that to a player, it's a penalty. And Esteval is getting stripped and ready, by the way. Here's Eza, plays the ball into Martinelli. He's tackled by Chalobah, and he'll win a goal kick for Chelsea. It's just so stupid how they are refed completely differently to every other team in the league. Like, no other team is allowed to do that type of manhandling in the box, so that these guys get away with it every single game. It's the only reason they're at the top of the table is because they get away with that shit every single set piece. Will be an Arsenal throw on the left-hand side. Exactly, no, absolutely. If that was the other way around in our box, that's a clear pen. They just immediately give it. They don't even VAR check it. The referee gives it. It's Gabriel. I will say one thing. Cucurella is getting much higher up the pitch in this second half already. Here's Madueke. Can't get past Hato. He has to go back. Rice back to Gabriel. He's going to surge forward and try and do something, but he's had to play it back to Hincapié. Here's Zubamendi. To Eza. Madueke. Cuts inside and flings the ball to the back post, but his cross is very inaccurate and it will go out for a Chelsea goal kick. Sanchez will take the goal kick eventually. Long ball searching for Joao Pedro. Great hold-up play from him again, but can't get it to a Chelsea head. And here's Gyökeres running forward. He can't get past Trevor Chalobah. Arsenal throw. Here's Rice. Ball off of Gusto for another throw. I think that will be the change, yeah. I think Esteval will come on for Delap on the right side. Arsenal definitely trying to play a bit more offensive than they were in the first half. I think they understand that if they continue to play the way that they were, eventually we're going to get one. But of course, the more they push up the pitch, the more susceptible they are on the counter. So it's all about getting that balance, right? Here's Timber. Also, yeah, Cucurella is so much higher up the pitch than he has been. He's right up pressing Timber every time he gets the ball now. Long ball from Gabriel. One in the air by Martinelli, but Liam Delap will win the ball off of Hincapié, he's been thrown to the floor there, and the referee hasn't even played an advantage. Just absolute joke. Chalobah into Enzo. He's fouled by Zubamendi, but Santos is going to get away with the ball, but the referee has blown a whistle eventually for that foul. And now Eza's kicked the ball away, and it's not going to be a yellow card for delaying the restart, of course, because it's Arsenal. This is a joke. Here's Caicedo around the corner to Gusto. He's lost out, but Wes Fofana will help him. Ball's gone all the way over the top for Kepa to now get on the end of. Here's Saliba. Oh, high press from Caicedo will force Kepa long again. And Hato wins that one. Ball forward for Gyökeres, who's barged off the ball, but again, great work from Hato, who has been very good so far in this game, to head the ball back to Sanchez. Cole Palmer is now also warming up, which is interesting. Long ball into Liam Delap. He's thrown off the ball. Referee gives nothing again. Bruv, this is such a joke. Two hands around him and he throws him to the floor and they don't give anything. It's so annoying. Long ball from Rice. Seeking out Martinelli. Gusto will deal with that. Here's Hincapié. And Delap, you know what? Fair play to the ref, because Delap's just done the exact same thing that Hincapié just did to him back, and the referee didn't give that as a foul either. Here's Joao Pedro escaping the pressure. Great work from him. Hacked down again, and it's a free kick for Chelsea. It's a yellow card for Mikel Arteta. Of course it has been. And that's going to tick off Arteta being annoying outside his box because he's a fucking dickhead. Ball forward from Cucurella to Joao Pedro. Holds up the ball well again, but Saliba will eventually get it. Back heel from Madueke is very stupid, and it gives away a throw to Chelsea again. Really not sure what you're trying there. Here's Harto. To Chalobah. Here's Sanchez. Long ball from Sanchez, seeking out the left-hand side where Cucurella is running in, and Timber had to deal with it, but only as far as Enzo. Good work from Enzo to get away from Zubamendi. And now gets it to Caicedo. Enzo again. Ball into Delap. Good touch. Gets away from Gabriel. He's thrown to the floor, and it will be a Chelsea free kick outside the box in a very promising position here. It's all the Botox. Chance for Enzo to put this on a plate for someone like Wesley Fofana to head in here. It's a really promising position for a free kick. For the in-swinger from the right side. So there's a nervous energy around the Emirates at the moment. Come on, Enzo. Good delivery here. Ball is swung into the front post. It's going to fall for Yoel Harto, who takes a strike, but it's smashed against Eza, and it will fall for Madueke. Can he get it down the line? Nope. And the referee has given a foul against Delap for literally nothing. He's going to card him as well. Fuck me, this guy. This guy's a fucking idiot. Makes zero contact. Fucking useless cunts. Here's Rice. It's going to be one of those games, man. I just know it. Rice again. Cole Palmer and Esteval both being called back to the bench here, so they'll probably come on very soon. Here's Martinelli being forced back by Gusto. Back to Kepa. Rice into Kepa again. High press from Chelsea. They've got to be careful here, Arsenal. Saliba surging forward. Gets it to Madueke, who's on the outside. Up against Cucurella. Cuts inside. Cuts the ball to the back post, and it's a terrible, terrible effort. And it will be claimed by Sanchez. Here's Trevor Chalobah. So it's a bit slow from Chelsea at the moment. And then it goes fast. The ball over the top from Trevor Chalobah for Joao Pedro. And Kepa will come and claim this. And now both Steve and Cole are stripped and ready. Gabriel, ball forward. Claimed by Wes Fofana. Good tackle from Caicedo, and the referee has pulled the play back for something else. Here's Rice to Saliba. Madueke down the line, but Gyökeres will not get on the end of this. Good work from Chalobah to see it out. And Malo Gusto's gone down here, which is a bit worrying. Might have to change the substitutions, depending on if this is a bigger problem than it normally is. So, supposedly, it was Hato and Delap who were coming off, so we're going to be moving into a back four, but Josh Achampong has just been told to get ready as well for Malo Gusto, so should be a triple change here for Chelsea. First up are the two changes that were going to go ahead anyway. Esteval coming on for Hato. Kukurea will just slot in at left back, and we should go to a back four. Cole Palmer is obviously coming on for Liam Delap on that right wing. He might play in the 10, actually, with Esteval out wide, but I think it'll be Esteval on the left-hand side. But Achampong not on yet, so Gusto's going to play a little bit longer. Chelsea have got the most goal involvements by substitutes in all competitions since January 10th in all of Europe, so that's interesting. Long ball from Sanchez. Kukurea's going to get on the end of that. Here's Madueke. He's got three players around him and he can't get past any of them. Here's Kukurea. Long ball from him up to João Pedro. Oh, and Esteval slipped when the ball was going to break to him. Oh, bit of a hospital pass back to Saliba here, and João Pedro will put pressure on him. Long ball over the top for Gyökeres. His first touch is not the greatest, and he dives to the floor after. Yeah, and you know what? And the referee has not given a foul. They've got to give him a yellow for that. It was a clear dive. It's ridiculous. They've given the throw to Chelsea instead. Here's Caicedo. Sanchez. Ball out to Malo Gusto. He is staying on the pitch for now. Fofana to get the ball from Sanchez here. Across to Chalobah. Enzo dropping deep to get the ball. Here's Caicedo. Ball through the lines to Cole Palmer, who is playing in the 10. Gives it to Steve. Back to Kukurea. Enzo. Wesley Fofana. Switch ball out to Malagusto on the right-hand side. He's going to take Hincapi for a ride, but cuts back. Caicedo in behind for Malagusto in the box here, and he wins a corner off of Hincapi. Jesus. We have lost a tiny bit of height with the two substitutions, I will say. Will be swung in by Enzo. It's an outswinger from the right-hand side. Ball into the front post. It's going to fall flat. Oh, it's going to fall for Cucurella on the edge of the box here. He takes a strike. Oh, it's well over the top. It looked a lot closer from the first angle. Oh, it was much closer than I thought it was, actually. Will be a goal kick for Arsenal. Kepa. Gabriel. Long ball from him. Up to Gyökeres. Ball's going to fall for Cucurella here. Gets it up to, or tries to get it up to Enzo, but those two not on the same page, I don't think. Throw in is going to go all the way back to Kepa. Long ball from the Spaniard out wide. Cucurella wins it in the air, and it's going to break to Cole Palmer in the middle of the pitch here. Gets it through the lines to Enzo. Here's Esteval running down the left-hand side. Cuts inside into the box. Gets it to Enzo on the edge of the box. He takes a strike, and it's over the top. Chelsea getting more shots, though. Creating more chances. It felt like he could have cut that back, Esteval, for... Oh, he just gets underneath the ball a little bit. It bobbles up before he hits it. You know he can hit them. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal, taken by Kepa. Long. Chalobah will win that in the air. Joao Pedro will hold it up and gets it to Cole Palmer. He can't quite get on the end of it, though. The ball will break back to Kepa. Hincapi. Got Gusto for company. He's going to go back to Gabriel. Here's Kepa. Hospital ball into Rice, and he's given it under the pressure from Santos. He's given it away. I think it was actually Zubimendi, not Rice. And it's a Chelsea throw on the right-hand side. Again, uncomfortable atmosphere in the Emirates now. The Arsenal fans getting on the back of their team for not being able to get some dominance from this game. Here's Caicedo. Round the corner for Cole Palmer. Or Joao Pedro, rather. He gets it across. He's fouled there, ref, and the referee's given nothing, of course. Every single time, man. He's just being thrown to the floor every single time he gets the ball, and the referee is not giving him a single fucking foul the entire game. It's been 66 minutes. Not a single one. It's Gabriel. Clears the ball long, but Cucurella will pick it up. Here's Caicedo. Long ball over the top for Joao Pedro. He's dragged down by Gabriel, and the referee says nothing again. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Let's see this. I don't know if this... It looked like a foul from the first angle. Let's see. What does he do? Yeah, but hand right across the fucking neck. This guy is so stupid, man. Kai Havertz is warming up on the sideline, I've just seen. Here's Gyökeres on the right-hand side. Plays the ball into the box. It's cleared by Malagusto. Further by Wesley Fofana. Here's Hincapi. Swings the ball to the back post, and Sanchez will claim that, and it's a chance for Chelsea to break now with Caicedo. Joao Pedro, good hold-up play, spins, runs up the pitch. He's been tracked by Saliba. He'll get it to Esteval. The youngster will play it back calmly instead of trying to force a pass. Long ball out by Chalobah to Malo Gusto on the right-hand side. Great work. And he's going to burst down the right-hand side here against Hincapié, and he's been thrown to the floor by him again, and now he's being grabbed by him on the floor. He's going to get booked. Wait, they've just booked Malo Gusto for that. So where was the one earlier for fucking Saliba who did the same thing? Ugh, bruv. They just don't want us to win. It's so obvious they don't want us to win. They're trying everything in their power to stop us from fucking getting forward here. One lamppost is coming off for another as Kai Havertz replaces Victor Gyökeres. Madueke is also coming off. Who's he coming off for? Trossard. Long ball from Kepa. 20 minutes for Chelsea to get back into this. Enzo up to Joao Pedro, who's been fouled again by Gabriel and not given anything. Bruv, this guy! This referee is so jarring. Havertz has just fouled Cucurella, not gotten anything as well. Of course. It's Trossard. Hincapié's ball forward is not a good one, and Fofana will clear it. Ugh. Rice's ball cleared by Wesley Fofana. Here's Enzo surging up the pitch. Chance for Chelsea to break here. Esteval. Can't get the ball around the corner for Enzo. Cucurella's won the ball and the referee's given a foul for nothing. And he's going to give him a fucking yellow. This guy's a fucking prat. Absolute tosspot of a referee, bruv. This guy's an absolute fucking idiot. Genuinely a fucking moron. That is never in a million years a fucking yellow card. After what they've been doing to us all fucking game as well. Joke. It's an absolute joke. It's horrendous refereeing. Like, genuinely school... Like, I've seen school children be a better referee than this guy. Like, genuinely. Is Rice. Ball forward is straight into Cucurella. Here's Enzo. Into Cole Palmer. Ball forward for Joao Pedro. His first touch is not great. I think he got in the way of the pass. I think it was supposed to be for Esteval out wide, but unable to get on it. Here's Trossard. Forced back by Palmer. Plays the ball. Oh, God, that was such a poor ball. If Joao Pedro was switched on, he could have nabbed that. Ball into Eze. Rice into Zubamendi. Havertz. Timber. Back to Saliba. Long ball is absolutely woeful and goes out for a Chelsea goal kick. And Alejandro Garnacho is warming up as well here. He's the guy who got us back into this tie. Can he do it again? I mean, he was utterly woeful in the West Ham game, but maybe he can redeem himself here. Long ball from Sanchez. Joao Pedro's kicked off the ball again by fucking Saliba, bruv. Long ball from Kepa. Cucurella wins the tackle in the middle. So does Sanchez or Santos. There's been a free kick given. And now what the bro? They've just ran into us whilst we're taking our free kick, and the referees stopped the game again. What's going on, bruv? There's literally nothing in this. Literally nothing in it. They've stopped the game for 5 minutes for this. Yes, he's the man who's coming off anyway. As Alejandro Garnacho is coming on. Should mean that Esteval moves over to the right-hand side, Garnacho onto the left, and Palmer into the 10, I would imagine. Enzo dropping a little bit deeper. Free kick will be taken by Chelsea eventually. Here's Sanchez to Malo Gusto. Good pass. Here's Esteval on the right-hand side. Cuts inside, gets it to Palmer. Palmer for Joao Pedro. Back to Palmer. Here's Esteval. Palmer again. Tries to get away. Can't. Long ball away from Kepa. Trossard can't get on the end of it. A lot of pressure going to be coming on to Chelsea here, and Rice looks injured. Doing his best Saka impression. Throw into Esteval. Loses out to Zubimendi. Trossard will swing the ball into the midfield, and Eza will knock it back to his own team. Saliba being tracked down. Here's Eza again. Long ball forward from him is going to go right over the top for Sanchez. Malo Gusto. Game's starting to get a little bit nervous here. Here's Esteval. Tries to take on Hincapié. Can't get past him. Trossard into Havertz. His pass is a bad one for Eza, but who will dive and then dive. He dives onto the ball and then handballs it, and the referee gives it the other way. Fucking hell, this guy. It's literally nothing. He doesn't even touch him and then he dives to the floor, bruv. This ref needs to be shot. Hung, drawn and quartered. Public execution. This guy's absolutely criminal. It's just clear bias. We see it every single fucking time against these cunts. It's just a clear fucking bias referee that doesn't give us anything, it gives them everything. It's so shit. It's Trossard. Quick free kick up against Malo Gusto. Can't get past him. Rice gets it back to Zubimendi. Crossed back to the back post. And it's a fantastic block off the line. And it's Chelsea with a chance to break here. Esteval. Their players just jumped to the floor and handballed it again! And they're fucking giving it the other way! He's just jumped in the air and grabbed the ball! This guy! It's Cuckoo with a block in the end, by the way. Yeah, fantastic. Header away. This is genuinely the worst refereeing performance I've ever seen. Garnacho into Joao Pedro. Back up to Garnacho. Joao Pedro. Enzo. Chalobah. Fofana. Chelsea moving the ball quickly. Here's Enzo again. Through the lines for Palmer. Here's Caicedo. Palmer again. Enzo. Joao Pedro. Palmer. Through for Estival. Been fouled off the ball and it's going to be a free kick. Well done, referee, you fucking moron. You've given the right decision once. Holy shit. Fucking useless cunt. It's Gabriel again, man. He's been fouling our players all fucking game. It's a good position for Chelsea. Really, really good position. This is the type of position you'd love to have Reece James. Kepa, obviously, in goal, is not good at saving shots in the top corners. If we just get it on target in the top corner, it's going in. Cole Palmer and Enzo over it. Wesley Fofana is trying to play a bit of a blocker here for Kepa to stop him from being able to set his wall up, which is kind of interesting. I think this suits a right footer more, if I'm being honest, but Cole Palmer probably is going to take this. The goalkeeper set his wall up on the wrong side, which is a bit weird. The wall's on the right-hand side. It should be on the left. There's been some dispute about the wall because the wall has stepped a foot forward from where the line is, of course. It's Cole Palmer over the free kick here. I think he will be the one who takes it. It's Cole Palmer straight into the wall. It's a handball call, and Chalobah will kick it off of one of their players for a corner, regardless. There will be a VAR check. I can't see it from that angle. The camera didn't capture it very well. Follow-up shot from Chalobah needs to be looked at. Nothing in that. Will be a Chelsea corner. Come on. Chelsea corner. Swung in by Fernandez. For Wesley Fofana with a flick! Oh my goodness. Tried the audacious little back heel. And it's gone out of the front post. Gusto's down in the box here. Claiming for something. Let's see. I watched this as well, yeah. There has been about 6 or 7 minutes where the game has not been played for stoppages. I guarantee they give him about 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time here. Wesley Fofana wins the header from the Kepa goal kick. Will be an Arsenal throw on the left-hand side. They've just gained about 10 yards from the throw-in. He's walked over the halfway line, ref. Ball forward from Gabriel is a terrible one. It's going to be chased by Martinelli, though, who just gives it straight to Gusto, who's giving it back to Martinelli. Is Trossard. Ball into the edge of the box. Will be picked up by Cole Palmer. Here's Joao Pedro. Great hold-up play once again. He gets it out to Estival. You can keep it in, but can't get a good touch. And Palmer's going to be thrown off the ball here. Referee gives nothing. Great tackle from Trevor Chalabar. They've got to give that as a they've got to give that as a yellow for simulation. They have to give that as a yellow for simulation because it's the exact same thing that Gusto did, and they gave him a yellow for it. Game's getting feisty now. Gets the ball. If they give this as a fucking penalty, this is the most corrupt game of football I've ever watched. As he clearly gets the ball. Checked and cleared. Good. Fucking useless bastards. Let us play on, man. Throw in to be taken by Cucurella. Caicedo gets it out to Wesley Fofana. Chelsea got to be brave, and Wesley Fofana is surging up the pitch here. Here's Estival. Malagusto up with him. Goes back to Fofana. Malagusto in some space here. Tackled by Hincapié as he faked the cross. Trossard's going to try and escape the pressure. And just ends up kicking the ball away for Sanchez to collect. Long ball as Josh Acheampong is being readied. Arsenal just clearing their lines at every opportunity here now. Here's Caicedo dragged back by Zubimendi. No yellow card for him there, ref? Of course not. Fucking useless cunt. Here's Wesley Fofana. Caicedo. Chalobah. Out wide left for Garnacho. Enzo to Caicedo. Back to Wesley Fofana. Estival. Fofana's made the overlap. Estival's cut inside. He swings the ball into the box. It's not cleared properly by Arsenal, and Cucurella will get the ball back. Here's Gusto again. Here's Enzo. Gusto's made a run into the box, but he's not picked out. Here's Caicedo. Caicedo again. Into Gusto. Back to Caicedo. Arsenal really parking the bus now. Ball out wide right for Estival. Can he make something happen? Up against Hincapié. Gets it to Wesley Fofana in that same crossing position that he was in before. He's going to burst down the right-hand side and play the ball into the box. But it's not going to break for Cole Palmer and it will be cleared. Josh Acheampong is now coming on for Trevor Chalobah. Oh, he's actually come on for Gusto, rather. Here he is, first touch. Josh Acheampong gets away from Hincapié, and he's fouled by him as well. And we can't take the free kick quickly because the referee's a dickhead. Of course not. And they've kicked the ball away and not got a yellow for it again. Brother. Enzo over the free kick. If you get a Josh Achimpong equaliser here, I'm going to go fucking mental, by the way. Enzo swings the ball in. Knocked on by Joao Pedro, I think, and it's gone out for a goal kick. It was Wes Fofana who got on the end of it in the end. Couldn't help it towards another Chelsea head. And of course, they're going to take 15 minutes over this goal kick. It depends on how much added time there is. Long ball from Kepa. Won by Garnacho. Timber will play the ball forward, but it's going to fall for Trevor Chalobah. He gets it to Cucurella. It's actually Eza who gets there ahead of him, and he's on the ball now. Here's Gabriel. Rice to Hincapié. Big chances of let's go, let's go, let's go from Liam Rosenior to try and get his team pressing up the pitch. Long ball once again. Cucurella wins it. Garnacho back to Cucurella. Across to Wes Fofana. Here's Caicedo. Go on, Chelsea. Up the pitch. Caicedo bursting through. Dragged down by Eza. And the referee gives nothing. Or was that just a slip? It looked like he was dragged back there. Here's Trossard. Up against Josh Achimpong. Trossard's just run away from everyone. Here's Timber. Trossard can't get away from Garnacho. Here's Enzo. Chance for us to break here. Cucurella. Estevao is wide right on his own. Someone needs to get the ball out to him. Here's Garnacho. Enzo. Palmer. Into Enzo. Great pass. Enzo Fernandez. Oh my god, he's just getting underneath every one of his shots, man. Ugh. 6 minutes of added time. Fuck off. There was way more than 6 minutes. It's a joke. And once again, there's 2 balls on the pitch because the Arsenal fans are just like their scummy fucking club. A lot of time wasting, as they always do. This Arsenal team is just a fucking rich version of Tony Pulis' Stoke. It's genuinely disgusting. And I think that's actually saying that is a kind of offensive to that Stoke team. I think they had more technical ability than this Arsenal team does. Long ball from Kepa. Forward from Enzo to Joao Pedro. Smacked up long by Zubamendi, but Chalobah will get this pretty comfortably. Here's Sanchez. He's launched a long ball for no reason. The last goal kick they took a minute to fucking go. It's been 2 minutes of the ball not being in play. Ball's going to break here for Josh Achimpong to take the throw. Fofana will launch the ball long. Sanchez has got the ball in his hands. Let's go. Throws it out for Cucurella. Cole Palmer, he's dropped deep. Fafana's now gone up top, and so has Josh Acheampong. They're both playing a striker now. Enzo. Into Cole Palmer. Tries to force the pass. It's going to break for Rice. Or Havertz, rather. Here's Trossard. Here's Esteval. Garnacho. Up against Martinelli. Needs to just put the ball in the box, man. Enzo out to Chalabar. Garnacho. Put the ball in the fucking box! Oh my god, these guys are jarring. Caicedo. Long ball forward for Garnacho. It's going to break for Chalabar. Gets it to Palmer. Enzo on the edge of the box again. Gets it through for Joao Pedro, who's thrown to the floor in the box. Nothing given. Enzo. Esteval. Enzo again. Palmer. Enzo lofts the ball in. Joao Pedro across for Wesley Fofana. Can he get a strike away? He can't. Here's Cucurella, or Caicedo rather. Ball ricochets off of Trossard for a throw. "90 seconds. Here's Palmer. Cucurella. Through the legs for Caicedo. His pass is intercepted by Eza. It's going to be cleared by Rice. Sanchez. Enzo. Needs a pass. Here's Palmer. Palmer to Garnacho. Swings the ball in. It's just a terrible, terrible attempt. And Rice will launch it long. Sanchez will get this. Gets it to Garnacho again. 30 seconds to go. Plus whatever they add on to the additional time for their time wasting. Here's Enzo into Palmer. Ball's got to go forward, lad. Stop passing it backwards. Fuck's sake. Chalabar out to Esteval. Caicedo. The ball's got to go in the box. Here's Esteval in the box. Caicedo. Smashes the ball. It'll break for Cucurella. They're just recycling the ball over and over again. What are these losers doing? Swung in by Caicedo. Josh Acheampong heads it towards goal and Kepa will lay on the ball. Depends on what they're going to add on here, because as I said, the ball hasn't been in play for this time. Ball's going to keep coming at them. Here's Enzo. Caicedo, or rather Cucurella. Long ball out to Caicedo on the right side. It's just cleared by Hincapié. And now Rice is going to try and get it across, and yeah, it's going to be a goal here. Kai Havertz. Stream's over. See you later, guys.